Hey everybody, it's your boy Nerdicane here again, continuing with the X-Men. We're doing number 7. Um, Now, I saw this cover, and I saw that it was a tie-in to Secret Empire, and I sort of cringed. I didn't want to touch it, because Uh, Secret Empire to me is Nick Spencer's personal FU to America for voting in Donald Trump as president. Uh, it came out in May of it started coming out in May of 2017. You know, that was just enough time to write it and get it approved and get it drawn and start putting the comics out. So, Secret Empire, Nick Spencer is so angry at America that he's taken his little bit of power and he decided, let's write Cap as a Nazi, because Trump is a Nazi. And the echo chamber that is Marvel Comics right now, everybody in there said, hey, great idea, Trump's a Nazi, let's make Cap a Nazi. So that was his personal, like, fu to the fans, fu to America. He says, I only have control of this, so I'm going to take this thing that you love and I'm going to make it a Nazi. And then May came along and Secret Empire came out with a resounding thud. Uh, it's been documented on Twitter by the vocal critics that they've gone around, and I'm guilty of it too. We go to comic shops and we'll take pictures of the stacks of unsold Secret Empire issues, and they're pretty thick. It's something that's just not moving on the shelves. Everybody hates it in a day and age of Marvel when we're sick of events. We barely got through with Secret Wars, and which was an event that Marvel just kind of lost interest in. So I sort of lost interest in, and it really has no impact on the universe currently. Uh, so, and then they went straight into another quote unquote major event in an era when the fans are sick of major events. You can't even spell major event with any capital letters anymore because we're just so tired of it all. Anyway, I digress. That's enough of that for now. I may do something a little later on expanding on my thoughts on Secret Empire, but let's get back to the X-Men. Now, like I said, I kind of cringed when I first saw this. Credit where credit's due. Cullen Bunn is still writing. All in all, he wrote a pretty good story. I would say pick this up. It's going somewhere different than Secret Empire. It's actually going somewhere kind of interesting. There was a variant cover. I wish I had seen that. I probably would have picked that up. But X-Men Blue is now on its 4th artist. Well, maybe 5th or 6th if you consider the collaboration art of the last couple issues. I just say 4th. This is Corey Smith. His work, it's not bad. I kind of like it. It is a Marvel house style, old style. Not to say that's bad. It's a Marvel style book. It's actually very good. Very good comic book. But Cullen Bunn, it worries me going forward that how many artists they're going to go through on this. If Marvel's not really committing any artists to it long term, how committed are they to this book long term? And once again, I haven't really looked at the sales numbers on this book going forward to see if it is viable and if it is going to continue. But it's an X-Men book. If you can't sell enough X-Men books to keep it going, there's something wrong with you, because the X-Men have worked for decades and they will work for decades. So, I don't know. I really haven't looked into the numbers on that. It starts, Hydra's taken over America, and the mutant powers that be have sort of carved out a niche. That niche is called California, to be their own free state. And, echoing the fascism of the Marvel America under Captain America, apparently the mutants went the same way of totalitarianism, and any dissent would put you in jail. which, just because your neighbors are fascist or communist doesn't mean you have to be that too. I really just think that the X-Men would have been a different type of government instead. But for this, they needed them to be fascist as well and throwing people in jail for dissent. So the X-Men bust in and they break up this prison on Alcatraz, and pretty much a clean win. I guess none of the guards decided to pick up a phone and call for backup. Alcatraz isn't that far from San Francisco. They could have gotten backup in under 5 minutes. But cut to this. This is apparently the powers that be. I don't know if they were elected of the new mutant state. And right off the bat, if your leader wears a mask, that's not good. That's definitely not a good sign for a model government. So they're talking about the dissenters and what they're causing. Calling them meddling kids, a la Scooby Doo, and this shows that they've kind of carved their own niche, and a lot of these people on this council think it's a paradise, but Beast, who's seen the worst of it, disagrees, and he says even Charles disagrees. And I guess right here, bringing up Charles Xavier is kind of a no-no with this guy. It kind of pisses him off to the point where he has to remind everybody Charles is dead. Yeah, we know he's a major mutant. When he's dead, we know he's dead. So, cut to the X-Men. They're getting back from their mission, and a little flash of Archangel. At first, when I first read this, I thought he was part of of what was about to happen, of the strike team sent by the powers that be to take him out. And upon reading it again, you don't really know what his motivations are. So, going forward, boom, shock and awe. They destroy the bunker. They hit it hard, disorient everybody, and just basically launch their surprise attack from here. So you get some old marauders. Mondo, I'm not real sure who he is. Toad. Firestar is a very sparsely used Marvel character. I guess she's a little too much like Human Torch, so they don't really use her that much. Marrow and Wolvesbane used to be minor X-Men. Marrow was cool. I really liked her in Marvel Capcom 2. I used to kick a lot of people's butts with her. So, get to the fight. And you find out in this fight, that's a great splash page. Great page. Good job, man. You find out in this fight that these mutants that have come, they're all augmented. They all have something different about them. Like Toad has a flaming tongue. Wolvesbane can turn into a bunch of different wolves. And, here in this scene, boom, Archangel decides to come in and nail his younger self with his feathers. His feathers have kind of I think it's a neurotoxin that sort of paralyzes the target. And, I thought he captured Bobby, and I thought he was part of the group. Like I said, upon reading this again, I'm not sure he's part of the group. Jean's taken out a C-lister, and then boom, this is the heavy hitter. Everybody else was just a softening up, a distraction, and you get Havoc. As a character, I love Havoc. He's one of my favorites. For a long time, I liked him better than Scott, better than Cyclops, but he's kind of grown. Cyclops has kind of grew on me. Oh my god, I had to do an edit because I went into worse than Diversity in Comics coughing fit. I don't know what's going on with me right now, but enter Havoc. And he is the big, experienced alpha level or omega level mutant. And he's basically hitting cleanup, He's batting cleanup here. He's here to knock him out and finish the fight. And that's basically what he easily does. Can I go back to something real quick? Let's see. Beast has been dabbling in... Apparently now he's a magician. And in this whole fight, he didn't think to use any of the magic. Now, I know there's a subplot where there's this crazy red demon chick waiting in his room. And we're not real sure what the nature of her is or the nature of his powers or why he feels so guilty that he has them and that he's using them. But, yeah, I'm not sure why he wouldn't use it in this fight. Because Lord knows they kind of needed it. So, yeah, he comes in, does his job, wipes him out. And then the really interesting thing is this page. They capture the X-Men and they single out Scott. They single out Cyclops and basically deliver him to the White Queen. And she's picking up like right where her and the old Scott left off. This could be a really interesting subplot that White Queen has just become kind of insane obsessive about Cyclops, that she would she's just obsessed about Cyclops to where this younger guy, who is not the guy who she used to date, but her psychosis is such that she would see him back and just instantly want him back as they were before. And she's an extremely powerful psychic, so there's no telling what she would do to his head to accomplish that. So this is going somewhere neat. I'm interested to see if they do something really interesting with this, or if it was just kind of a cast off moment. But X-Men 7, believe it or not, it's tied in with Secret Empire, but I'm gonna say go get it, go buy it. It's actually a good fight. It's a good read as far as action comic goes. And you know what? I'm starting to trust Cullen Bunn quite a bit. I want to see where he's going to go with it. So that's my video. I'm riding high today because I have increased my viewers by 50%, my subscribers. So I've gone from 4 to 6 subscribers. So I'm on the way up. Thanks for watching. I'm Nerdicane. You can find me at Nerdicane on Twitter as well. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Tell me what I might have missed. Tell me if there's any comics you want to see. And hopefully I'll get another one out soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.